2, 1.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Young Saul, aka Supersonic, and welcome to TJ Also TV, guys.
Wait a minute. Before I start the podcast, y'all, I'm sorry, but this is episode 19. My 2023 resolution is to get the pod number right. Lord. Anyway, continue.
Team of the Skaters podcast, baby. So, y'all, listen. I have a legend in the building, if y'all, know of. And when I tell y'all, he has done so many things in this skate world, like an empire. I personally would say, like, this man's is an empire skating. This is like my brother. I got to DJ with him before and skate with him before. Just overall amazing dude. Yo, I got the infamous DJ Killa B, as y'all know him, and also Brian. But y'all, I'm very excited to this podcast because, like, me and him done so much together too, like especially with party and stuff. But I met Brian, I believe, the first party. Well, I mean, I knew of him, but the first time I actually got to meet him or whatnot, it's the first party I did, which was for Kojak and Lady T or whatnot. And that was like the first time I ever got to play with him. He knew that I was, when I tell you nervous energy, because I was like, I mean, he's gonna be expecting it. Plus, I'm young, so like, I know he's gonna probably be expecting, like, is he going to go in? Is he going to hold back? What's he going to do? You know what I'm saying? He's probably going to play some of that trap music. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I had to show B, like, I can hang with the big boys too. I can do a little something. And besides that, also with him and his skate talent was like, goes throughout the roof. And y'all, as y'all know too, y'all been staying tuned on his page, he also be now teaching wise. He has classes and everything going on. And honestly, I wanted him to get on here and, talk about it and everything. So, B, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Mr. I guess they call you Supersonic now.
Supersonic now.
You're not little TJ no more. But I'm doing well. How about you? I kept asking.
I mean, as of like, my DJ name is obviously, DJ on Soul. But then when I'm skating, I mean, I pew. So, Supersonic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that.
So, I want you to tell yourself about a little bit and, where you're from and everything.
Originally, I was born in Brooklyn, New York, raised here in Atlanta. I grew up here in Atlanta. My parents are skaters. My father's mostly the skater. My mother is not. And I've been skating, I would say adult skating, for over 20 years, since I was around 12. I learned from various of different people, but mostly Bill Butler, the creator of the jamming technique, who I studied under since I was age 11, going on 12 years old. And here I am at almost 33, and, I've been skating his technique utterly for over 20 years, and it's changed it's just changed everything. So I've learned quite a few styles. I've tried to. Played around with a little Detroit style, played around with a little JV, but to bring it all back to my jamming technique. And that's where I'm arrived at now. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. And also, y'all, if y'all haven't seen B skate, when I tell you listen, when I look at people skate, I always think of like artistry. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, it's just like, that is what real house look like. And that's the first person I always say, like, y'all, listen, I'm not going to teach you. I might teach you on the wrong thing, so I'm not going to do it. I tell you either go to B or somebody else, but mostly B. But the thing is, it's just like the perfection of it, though. You know what I'm saying? And the smoothness of it, and how, because, like I said, plus you've been skating for a long time. I did not know your parents skate at all.
Yeah, my grandparents actually skated, then my parents. My mother was more of a clubber and a dancer, but my father definitely was a main roller skater back in the day, here on the East Coast. And then there's me, and I have two brothers. Neither one of them skate. I have a sister. She doesn't skate. She knows how, but I am the only last surviving, one that has been keeping it alive. So
good. That is good. They're like, Jesus, hey, man, we got that one child. they're like, thank you, Lord, we got that one child at least to keep it going. But, yeah, that's amazing, though, and you're carrying an amazing legacy. And, okay, so, y'all, I wanted to get in why, because you've been in the DJ game for years, before I was born and before I was even think of and everything, and you was DJing with, I mean, many old school legends. And the thing is, it's like, with you being a DJ, what like mainly got you into it?
Um, Always being in the skating rink, I learned every aspect of the rink, and I always loved music. Growing
Hmm.
up listening to the music and the classics and things like that. But just listening to and being in the presence of Big Bob, watching how he would
Legend.
move the crowd, move the energy, um, control the crowd with music, and it watching him and sitting up there with him. I was a child sitting on his brackets doing skate-a-thon, sitting on his crates, watching him. Because he knows my parents and my family from back in the day in New York City. But
Wow.
um, just watching him, and he honed my craft. He taught me what I knew. Um, just being up under him, and he's my ultimate teacher. He gave me my first shot at 14, going on 15 years old, right in there, and that was at skate-a-thon during Ladies and Men. Bob, he had to go to the restroom. He told me, he said, listen, either you sink or swim. And I haven't sunk yet
Ooh.
from that day since. So it all goes out to Big Bob. Shouts to Bob.
Yeah, thanks, fam. That's crazy. I got the first time I actually got to meet Big Bob is when I had went to Alabama for dog pounding. He was playing for the first time. And when I tell y'all, like, see, I'm an old soul, and I have an old soul, so it's like I don't, house music is like always hit. When you play the classics, it's always gonna hit me a different way, and it's
Right.
like Jesus, when you play that Phyllis Hyman Lord, when you play that MFSB, when you play like all the like, when you just play those songs, it's just like real instruments and it has real soul to it. So then when I tell you flying around the rink, like I don't know, it just does something to me, and that's one thing that I know you and Big Bob have a lot of chemistry in. But also too, can I say this? To be 15, and then he'd be like, listen, I gotta go use the bathroom real quick. Now I need to stick a swim. Now, like, me definitely would have panicked. And I definitely be like, oh, really? How did you feel in that moment to be like, okay,
Um,
go ahead and do this?
I mean, I just relied on what he taught me, what I learned, what I watched, and watching
Mm,
other guys, Wiz, Spin, DJ Wiz, DJ Spin,
mm-hmm.
uh, DJ Fly Tie, watching guys like that who were at the time, in the game with me and on the ticket. Um, just watching them. I mean, I was so young. I would have to. I did the Ladies and Men, and then the next year, it was 30, 40 parties lined up to DJ because of what I did on Ladies and Men, and there was so many. It was a spot at Skateathon to where I would have to DJ and go home because I was too young to skate. So I would have to do my job that Miss Joy hired me to do, and then I
Wow.
would have to respect the age limit and the age mantra, and I couldn't get on the floor because I was hired to do a job. Number one, number two, I wasn't of age, so you know
Wow.
it was definitely it was nerve wracking, but I knew the first record I dropped was "Do It Any Way You Want" by People's
Do it
Choice,
any way you want it. Oh, Jesus.
and from there it just was like riding the bike, and it just was going on and on. And ladies were when I stopped, the ladies were giving me a standing ovation, and then later on the fellas, and from there I was born as a DJ.
Wow. That's your first. That is my. Oh, that is my jam. When that thing. Oh my God. Dun, 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 that is my song.
Right.
Yo, when I tell you, and like honestly though, like it's like now thinking about it, like you're 15, 16, and you're DJing for these. I mean, like, listen, Joy packs out house. You know what I'm saying? So if the people now, like national people coming from everywhere, and you just like at 50, so it's like your name is like at a very high ground, even at a young age, and still is to this day. So what kept your name so like out there still, like, cause all I hear every time I go to Atlanta, Killa be a legend, skate, DJ, like that's all I hear. I'd be like, I know.
um, Keeping your name, you just have to adapt with the times. I mean, I always tell people skating and skaters, like the lifespan of a skater or a relevant skater, and where we are now is about 5 to 7 years. So every 5 to 7 years, a different batch or a different group of skaters come in, and you just have to keep your ears to the streets and see what they like and hear and see what they want to hear. I remember years ago, you couldn't go as deep as house as you did on a national
Uh,
scene, or as deep as the original classics like you did here recently. So back then, when I started, we played a lot of records that had vocals. That's where the classics came in. So
yeah,
it was music. It wasn't re-edits or
re-edits. Yeah,
remixes or the JBs were the original stuff. I remember getting the original CD from Keys O'Kane of Gaga when it first came out, when he first made it. And now here we are. It's got several different remixes and LL
several.
Cool J and all these different people, and they've taken it and sampled it. But I remember getting it on a CD from him and D Breeze back
Wow.
then. So I mean, versus now, you can go anywhere in the country, whether it's New York or California. You hear JB, you hear the remixes, you hear snapper
Yeah,
music. So skating has changed three, four times over, five times over since I started the game. And you just got to keep your
yeah.
ear to the streets and pay attention. Watch the crowd, watch the floor, see what's
Right.
new, what's hot, what's not. That's what you just got to keep your ear to the street.
Yeah. And also, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now. And this is like the big thing. Like, okay, so when me and you played in Atlanta, right, the first time, there was this song you dropped, and when I tell you, and to this day, I play it because I just feel like the beat is just so perfect. And I literally found it not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember I asked you for it, but I found it. DJ DMC, Get Off Your Feet. That one. Yo. Um when I tell you, like, the way you drop it, it's just so freaking like it's just so like energized and perfect. And just that bass when it hits it, it's just like freaking like
Beautiful record.
whoa, like yo.
Right.
I just that is and listen, I mean, I don't like a lot of skate beats like that. I really don't. But it's just certain ones, I guess, that hit you. And plus, I feel like that beat, you can do any style to it. Do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. DMC, actually, he never put that record out. And one years ago, I heard DJ CJ play it. I forget where we were. We were somewhere.
Mm.
Um, he played it, and I think it just it just moved the crowd a total different
Oh
way.
my God.
And it's one of
Yes.
those records that I guess DMC made and just was like, put it to the side. But CJ actually is the one that put that record out there, and CJ is the one that brought that record to life.
Well, big shout out to you, DJ CJ. I mean, yo, cause that record is freaking like, like, I'm sorry, y'all. I done put that thing in my mix about a good 2 times. So, like, I be my own. I just blast it. Like, that's about to be my skate party song for when I get ready. Like, I'm telling you. But besides you being a legendary DJ and being in the game, not only is this man is like a top DJ, but when it comes to all them wheels, Jesus, when it comes to when it comes to like technique, the main things I tell people that they need before they try to even do a new set of skills, when it comes to the balance, when it comes to like the movement, Killa B. Like, that's the thing. Like, and you can be doing the smallest things, but be the most powerful thing. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like you move with the music so well. And I'm talking about, like, I'd be like, because like when I saw you skate for the first time, to be honest, guess what? Actually, I did not know you actually like skate that good until I had I believe when I saw you skate in Atlanta with Rico when I was down there.
Okay.
I was like,
That's one
so
of my
this
students, of course.
about. Yes, I was like, so this is what y'all was talking about. And I don't think we haven't. Well, we need to, but we definitely need to, party skate something. You need to show me stuff because the thing is, I mean, I feel like that's a big thing with me. I mean, I do it every now and then, but it's only with certain people. But partner skating is like a thing that I know you teach a lot of people, right? And this also kind of goes in with you skating and teaching. So, like, with you skating all these years, what is something that you like took with you that perfects your style? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made you so like that you took that one thing and said, okay, well then I'm gonna flip it this way to make it feel like it's me.
Um, Character. I I
Oh,
learned how to um with Bill. We call
yeah,
it theatrics in the technique. It's called theatrics. So you got to learn how to exaggerate a move or make a move yours, or put your extra sauce on it, or spin on it. So I perfected a lot of stuff using my hands, hands on the head, whatever it was, um, that I took from him. So I would say the theatrics and the character and expression part. I
okay,
definitely highlighted that, whether it was with the hitch kick or whatever certain moves that I would do. It allowed me to take a move, see a move, feel a move, and make the move mine. So
yeah,
one thing I always say about a move that you do, you have to own it, you have to express it, and you have to possess it. So always make it yours. You know, Everybody in this game saw something that we liked and took it. Nobody is so original that they made up everything that they do.
oh
Um,
no, for sure, yeah,
so always take something that you see and make it yours for sure.
yeah, yeah, like certain things I do, y'all. I mean, well, some things I kind of put something, a lot of things I put two and two together, but I always have to, there's always I see something and get a thought like, oh, okay, but then what can I do to add, a sonic or a flair to it? You know what I'm saying? So, like, my thing is too that I know you're really big on technique a lot and how you form and move your body. So then, what is something that you know and y'all like? Okay. Let's keep it a buck. B is a big dude, right? Like he is a big, strong dude, and a lot of people be like, "Dang, like then he could do all this and like still eat 5, 10 hamburgers a day." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is so. I feel like it's so unfair, like to see somebody, as you to do that certain movement, and the movement that you do is like out of this world. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what is something that you know, always took with you is that, stance.
Um, I mean, again, when I learned these moves 20 something years ago, I was your size. So,
Right. So I'm gonna be
and maybe a little smaller than you. Who knows? But I was in that weight class. So doing it for so long in that weight class, it created muscle memory and just doing it over and over and over.
right.
And I appreciate the strong compliment, but I'm a little on the fat side now. So,
No, you're not. No,
uh,
you're not. To
and
do all the
I own it, but I'm gonna tell you why, because I put on weight and that's cool, but that doesn't change the skating, the technique doesn't change any of that. So, like I
yeah,
said, just learning
right,
it so long and so much at a certain for so long, repetition and just what muscle memory
right. So nothing is
kick it
gonna
in.
change.
So it's like walking now.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, wow. Like, I mean, like, there's things that I'd be like, dang, like can I really like turn my body that way? Like, like can I really do something? Because your kicks are powerful. When I tell you, and they
Mm,
come right back on beat. I'd be like, wow. So
I
what is
appreciate.
something? And guys, also y'all know, as amazing skater he is, he's also helping other people become an amazing skater too. So, I've been seeing on your Instagram and whatnot that you've been, making classes and stuff at the what skate rink is it?
That Skate Town roller rink in Atlanta.
Right. So, I've been seeing that you've been, having classes and stuff. So, what got you into that? Because, like, I was like, wow, be doing classes? Let me get my bag. Go
Well,
to a
my
man.
classes started back with me in 2016.
Oh,
I did what we had called the academy, which
okay.
those that don't know, I'm in law enforcement. I'm a police officer, so I call it the academy because it allows them to come to the skate class just as we did with the police academy. Go there, obtain tools to further better yourself and to become equipped for what you're trying to do. So the people come in and they learn, fundamentals, balance, weight
Yeah.
distribution, weight mechanics, foot placement, uh, position, everything like that. They come in, they learn the fundamentals. that are survival skills and survival tools to all styles, not just
Right.
the New York style or New Jersey style, but you can
Every
be able
style.
to get, you'll be able to do all these fundamental things that we're showing you. It helps you, and it applies to JB, snapping, fast backwards, whatever you're going to go into. Balance is universal, position
Right.
is universal. So we just show you the basic foundation to get your house built, and then you can furnish it from there.
Wow. Okay. So then, like, I know, like, so after a certain amount of time, do you just be like, okay, well, it's kind of like, your turn to, like, kind of just go and take what I gave you and just do you, or do you still kind of just work them through that process?
The formula that we have is 90 days. So it's been proven with Little Rico, Big Rico,
Oh no, it's been
all
proven.
those guys. So it's been proven with 90 days that they can come and be a part of the learning, whether it's with the academy or personal. Because my academy, we started out in 2016 with 90 people. I graduated 60 adults, all over the age of 40. That some were just getting into roller skating, some just wanted to be able to come and bring their grandkids and be able to, not hurt themselves. And we were able to get them the basic foundation and fundamentals of roller skating. To now, they're able to come to the skating rink. And a lot of people come to the rink and pay their money and not enjoy themselves because they're intimidated, they're scared, they don't feel like they're good enough. But we were given the tools and the equipment, from God to just be able to bless people and make them be able to come and spend their $10 wisely and let them have a good time. And if that's what they came to do, that's what we did.
Wow. And you listen, when I tell you, like, I knew, certain skaters, and like, I knew you taught for sure, because listen, like, let me just say, all three Ricos, they all are very, when I tell you what character and like how precise they are, like, especially you and Ben Rico skating together, I'm like, wow.
Yeah. I taught two of the three.
Oh, you taught two of the three? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rico, I call him Neff. Rico 3 lives in Florida, but the Rico and then the Big Shark Rico, I taught him as well. But Rico that lives here in Atlanta, Big Rico, I call him Big. They call him Big Rico, Little Rico, but Big Rico is the greatest student I've ever had.
I see that.
And I give him his flowers all the time, because where I found him in the rink, and him about to give up and give in, and I told him, just give me 1 year. And that year happened. We worked 3-4 nights, some in private, some in the rink, and now he is, if not the top skater in this style, technique wise. He can sit at the table with the big boys for sure.
No, for sure. Like, cause my thing is like, because he comes to Charlotte sometimes too, and it's just like, I was like, wow, like you and I got to talk to him too. So I was just saying, like, I feel like these people be skating for years the way you be they be skating. You know what I'm saying? Like, he always been skating probably, like, that's the 10 that he is. You said he only been skating for like 1, 2.
Yeah, he hasn't been around long. He maybe have 4 years total. And I don't count the early stages, but when he got with me, he's only been with me he's probably got about 5 years on skates, period.
Yeah.
But maybe 3 to 4 hardcore with me.
That's still early.
He's still early, and he's gained respect from originals and OGs from New York and all over, all the way to being looked up to by young ones. So I officially give him his torch. The torch is on him to carry it on. I got it from Bill and Mikey and all those guys, and I carried it for a long time, and I'm not done yet. But he's a better. It's time to pass. And sometimes when you pass the torch, it doesn't mean you're out of the race. You're just giving it to somebody who's in a better position to run faster than you at that time. Amen. So I give it to him. He's moving along, and all the guys.
All the guys
that formed the squad. The squad guys, the original guys.
Squad.
So those guys really changed a lot. Him, Little Rico, Taylor, Jarrett, that's from Charlotte, Sauce, and God rest all prophet soul, Chris. Yeah. So those guys really gave me something to really skate for, and to really be able to come in and just give my all, lay myself down for them. So, I'm utterly and forever, wherever they go in the skate world. And a lot of them have grown up and grown out and moved on, and But I always thank God for that time and that season I had with him for sure.
Right. And also, there's I know that you guys have a skate group and whatnot, Queens.
Okay.
So yeah. So big shout to y'all, cause y'all follow me back and I love y'all. But yeah, this is I came to Atlanta too. This is a quick story. Yeah, I came to Atlanta, right? And there was this girl I skated with, and her name is Camille.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you taught her or not recently or anything, but I know that she's in
He
the
was a
group.
part of the coming up journey with me and my partner Eric Austin. So we were able to mold and teach her as well from when she first put skates on. So
Wow.
she's an amazing talent, man. She's a
When I
natural.
tell you,
She's amazing. She's amazing.
when I tell you,
She
like,
just celebrated a birthday, by the way. So happy birthday, Camille.
yeah, happy birthday, yeah. So, yeah, when I was in Atlanta, right, Sparkles, we had mid conversation with not, and then we went to go partner skate with not, and when I tell you, I feel like she like out butterflies, cause like she's like my favorite girl to ever skate with, partner wise, cause I don't know, but we like the chemistry was off
Right.
the roof. And guess what? I only met her one time.
The thing about Camille is she came up the ranks with us because at the time that she was learning, she was not skating with girls. The guys were skating with her. So the squad guys at the time was putting her into stuff, and Camille is one of the most fearless girls. She's one of the most daredevil. She's daring. She will try it. She's not gonna give up. She'll fall. She'll get up, and she's gonna take what you put in front of her, attack it, and don't stop till she get it. So she is one of those what you would call a true diehard bred roller skater, and I'm honestly proud of her. Her spirit is good. Her energy. She's our sunflower, so we love her, and she's making me, as her teacher, one of her teachers, very proud. So
yeah. Like, listen, like, and I want to give you your flowers too, because like at the end of the day, though, it's like the patience and like the constructive criticism, which was a hard thing to me. I feel like it's when it's a special and good dynamic, I feel like it gives off that you always want them to grow and become better skaters and everything. But the thing is, like, it's like you taught so many people, and
a lot.
and it's like that is freaking amazing, and you're teaching them the right way. You know what I'm saying? You're not, and the thing is also too, because as you know, a lot of people also learning off of Instagram and trying to see this, see that, and try to perfect it instead of going to the source in person.
Yeah.
So personally, also too, and I ask this a lot to a lot of teachers, Glow and Miss Camille. I asked them, I say, do you prefer even like Twin? Like I asked them, like with certain styles, do you think going to the main source and the people who actually know how to do it is better than going on Instagram when not and looking and trying to perfect it that way?
They both have their pros and cons, and I say that because it's always ideal and legit, right, to go to the source. Right. But you got to understand, a lot of people are not able to get to the source. At a time that a lot of people that you named were coming up in the game, that was pre-social media, that was pre-Instagram, that was pre-YouTube. So we had to go to the source. And I always said to myself, if I'm going to learn a style, I'm not going to go to my father, my mother that skates a rimlet of the style or the skates somewhat of. I'm going to go to the source, the person that created this style in 1954, and that's Bill Butler. So when I got with Bill, I was a child, and I was his child star. So when I would be practicing and working, nobody could talk to me. Nobody could come over there to me. We would be in the rink for 8 hours, 9 hours, working on technique and routine. So much so that he's passed. He's given me the torch. So I'm going to carry his name, his legacy, his technique till I take my last breath, because I made that plea to him. And I think it's always good to go to the source. And if you can't get to the source, virtually is not bad. It's just sometimes you got to be in the atmosphere to feel, and to actually see real time where your shoulder is, how to move your knee, what to do here, what to do there. So
Right.
sometimes you just gotta, you gotta be in real time and understand, certain mechanics. But they both have their pros and cons to me, because I've
Right.
seen great skaters who have taken my videos that are on YouTube and places like that, and who have perfected a lot of those moves. So,
Right.
and a lot of people are visual learners, so they're looking at that video over and over and over and over and over and over and over again,
Yeah.
and they're practicing and making it their own. That's why I've always been a fan of when people say, "Oh, be original, be this, be that." Yeah, that all sounds good, and we all strive to be original, but at some point, we had to mimic something. Teaching is nothing but mimicking. What I show you, I expect you to show me back. That's
Wow.
mimicking.
Okay.
So everybody's going to show and mimic something at some point. Now, what you do from that point, whether you take that move and make it your own, that's on you. But
Right.
people, you can't tell somebody to be original. They don't know how or what original is. So you just got to give people time to do what they do. I'm in the spirit. I was one of those back in the day that, I wish it was still like this and I wish it was still like that. And we need to
No,
bring
sure.
this back. But now we got to take it from what it is, take the bull by the horns where we are,
Yes.
and grab these young skaters by the hand instead of standing by fussing and complaining as the old people. They need to do this and they need to do that. Well, maybe they just don't know. Let's grab their hand and show them. Now, if we
Right.
show them and they still don't adhere to it, that's a different story. But at least we're responsible for the effort, not the outcome. So we just need to band together as young seasoned skaters, because I don't like the word OG yet or legend yet, but
Yeah.
as young seasoned skaters, as myself, all the way to legends that I do skate with. We just need to start grabbing them by the hand and introducing a new blood to the skate world. And that's what happened with Squad. That's what happened. Nobody knew these guys. Nobody, they were wanting to learn, and here they are. They just popped out on the scene. It's always something. It's good to, what catches the eye is something new.
Right.
And I had a plan with them that I wasn't going to teach them privately. People were not going to see their progression. People were not going to see them get good. But when they pop out, they're going to be at the top of their game, and people are going to say, where the hell did they come from? You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and that's what happened. So you got to sometimes, everything's not for social media. Everything's not for, a public gain. So sometimes you just got to, just smack it on them, bam. And that's what I did. So, always work on your craft, whatever your craft is.
Yeah.
But I think we just need to get back to helping one another and teaching
Helping one another.
wholeheartedly.
Just
We can't keep talking about the young folks and this and that and what they should be doing and how they should be doing it if we're not showing them what they should be doing.
Right. And I 100% agree. And especially with me being young and skating and whatnot, I would say this though, and I do like, there's many OGs that came up to me and was like, you're like an amazing young skater, and I'm happy that you humble yourself, you're talented, you have something that no one has, like, but the thing is, I always said, is like, because I respect all my OGs, like all of them, regardless, you know what I'm saying, criticism or not, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like a big thing what I learned I learned how to take criticism, and even though I promise you, I always be like, I do it my way, that's it. But guess what? They're saying something that I'm not saying that can perfect me. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I learned. And, especially with like, OGs and everything. And, I know, because I really used to be that person where I used to be like, well, okay, whatever. Like, whatever. You can't tell me what to do. Like, I used to be like that. But now it's like, you know what? They're telling me wisdom because they've been in the game for so long. So it's like when B, like I remember one time actually when B was saying like, T, slow down. Like I remember one time when I was skating, he was like, B, T, all right now. Like you're doing it, slow down. And that used to be like a main thing. I used to be off beat. Like I used to like the moves I'll do be good, but it could be even better if I was on beat. So like but I learned that as time as I grow up, you know what I'm saying? So that would also, made me in my style perfect even better.
Yeah, and I coming up in the game, I mean, I give Bill and I give Little Mike and so many skaters that I've skated in a lot of rinks that are no longer here with a lot of skaters that are no longer here.
Right.
So I mean, one person that really changed my outcome on skating was Brandon Young. When we started skating together as late teenagers and in our early years, just he instilled in me to be fearless,
Oh, for
Certain
sure.
ways that we would
Doesn't
skate,
care.
around Branch Brook or different rinks. Certain way that he would force me to go through holes and gaps that I didn't think I knew that he could because he's inhuman when it comes to roller skating. But
For sure.
he forced me to get through certain gaps and make certain moves that are survival skills for me.
Right.
I learned how to have my awareness, my antennas up. So, shouts to him for when we were coming up
Yeah,
in the
shout out to
game.
B. Definitely.
He definitely helped me with that, aspect of the game.
Good, good. So y'all, I know B be having stuff to do. Don't forget he got class and stuff. So y'all, we gotta definitely do a part two, definitely, because me and B have a lot of listen, do this podcast, me and B have a lot in common. I mean, we talk outside and stuff like that, but we haven't had a long discussion like this ever. So y'all definitely gotta get it back on here, y'all. But B, is there anything you need to say? Like anything you need to say? A quote, and then give us something that we need, in our daily, journey of skating.
Um, I guess when it comes to skating, is always remember that the art of mastery of anything with skating is repetition is the master key to mastering. So you want to continue to practice over and over and give it your what we call a squad and what we had. And I love all the guys and girls or queens and everybody, but 10 by 10. And that's the art of mastery. That's your formula for mastering any move. 10,000 times 10,000 tries. So
Wow.
10 by 10, and I guarantee you, you'll be a better skater than you were yesterday than you are today. So keep moving, keep striding, one stride at a time, brick by brick. And you keep going, young man. You keep going. You keep doing your thing. You keep, taking the bull by the horns. The game is in your hands. The sky is the limit for you. There's a lot of young DJs like yourself and young Styles and Prodigy guys in your age range that, you guys have it set on a platter for you to take. And it's not bad to say this on a silver platter that we had to put in work to get, but we put in work so that you guys didn't have to work so hard to.
Yeah, and I definitely agree from that, yo.
Keep going. Congratulations on being a successful DJ. And
Thank you.
success to you. And many more success. So never stop grinding, young man. One record at a time. One record at a time.
That's one thing B will always say. He was like, never stop grinding. I'm like, I got you, but I also want to take a nap. But no, for sure, though. Thank you so much, everything. Guys, also, I will say this one thing, too. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And never be afraid to step out the box. It might be different. It might be hard, but always do you. Because at the end of the day, like I always said, with me and me coming up with my whole persona, me being fast and stuff and super, so I felt like, you guys know the story. When I, was a JV skater, I felt like I felt like one thing I can do more. And I felt like, I was in a position where it's like, what, either take it or leave it. And, because at the end of the day, I always realized, I was like, if I didn't do what I did, I feel like I wouldn't be as, the complex skater that I am today. So if anything, guys, it's always okay to step out the box. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. And just always do you. But y'all, thank y'all for joining the podcast. I definitely got the episode number wrong. But guess what? We're gonna fix it. It's episode 19. And and definitely, I don't know why I didn't start looking at the episode number when I do it. But y'all, thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Killa B, for coming on here and shedding some light on the pod. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on. Follow B on Instagram. B, what's your Instagram?
Back to King Killa, TF.
Yes.
So you can tag it in there and come on over, y'all. You ever in Atlanta? Come become better than you were yesterday, today.
Amen. Hallelujah. And that's why I'm gonna take a trip to Atlanta. So yeah, y'all definitely follow him, ask any questions, and y'all know to follow me. I am TJ on Song, and y'all, we out of here. Deuces.